Namaste. Welcome to the session. 1 minute, Neelima. I'll just switch off the fan and come. Yeah. Shall I start, Neelima?
Sure, Anand, sure.
Okay.
The live has
Namaste.
already been given. Yeah.
Okay. Namaste. Namaste, all of you. Today is we are going to listen to Master Ashtavakra's message, and Master Ashtavakra's message is given in the book Messages from 40 Masters, and this book, as we have already understood, that Master C.Aruna, a senior most pyramid master, received all the messages from 40 masters in the form of auto writing, 40 different masters. And Patreji inspired her to receive the messages, and he encouraged her a lot. And she became the medium to receive these messages for all of us, and all the messages are so wonderful. And this book says, that means these messages convey to us how all these masters worked so hard and worked in a right path, how they worked from a very ordinary level, and how they reached to that extraordinary heights, how they became enlightened. And so they conveyed their journey to us. They gave great messages so that we can also get courage, and we can also get amazing guidance from them and their journeys. And so obviously, when they were conveying about their journey in this book, and this book carries a huge amount of energy and wisdom. And it is being felt that whoever reads this book and really understands each line said by these masters, they are transforming and transcending their lives. So in the same way, even I am undergoing a lot of change, and I'm the change is internal. And when we internally change, then only we can see the change externally. That is what all these masters are saying. And I'm really enjoying this journey, and I'm feeling so very grateful that Beam Meditation, Beam Family has given this opportunity to me. And I became the medium to just read and speak few words which I'm trying to understand before you. And today's today's message is the 25th message in the book, which is from Master Ashtavakra. Whenever I used to hear this master's name, I used to be fascinated. I really didn't know who he was. I really wanted to know about him. But as I'm going to read this message, I just went back and I just browsed about him and tried to understand a little bit. And my daughter also helped me in understanding uh, some information about Master Ashtavakra. And he is a great sage. And in the name Ashtavakra, that means Ashta means, according to the Indian languages, it is 8, Ashta. 8. And Vakra means deformity, in Sanskrit, probably. So the name only denotes that there are 8 deformities. um, and and in his lifetime as Ashtavakra, he was born with 8 deformities in his physical body. And the story is his about his history. When his grandfather, maternal grandfather, he is a great sage, and he used to run an ashram. Ashram means a school in olden days in India. Their students used to live there, and for many years, and they used to be near the guru, that means master, and they used to get trained. So that is called an ashram in Sanskrit. So a school where a student is trained totally, fully, completely. And there, in those students, among those students, sage Ashtavakra's father, his name is mm, Kahoda, Kahoda. I don't know the real actual pronunciation. Kahoda in English. So Kahoda, his father was also a student of Aruni, sage Aruni, and sage Ashtavakra's mother Sujata was also one of the students, and they were getting trained under Aruni Maharshi in the ashram, and they both get married. They like each other or something like that, and they get married. And when Rishi Sujata gets pregnant, um, he when Ashtavakra was in her womb, and during the fetal stage only, he used to hear the chanting of the Vedas. Vedas are the um, um, great heritage of Indian culture. Many things have been described about the universe, and many things, many the essence of life, and many things of wisdom. There's a great wisdom in Vedas, as far as to my knowledge is concerned. And these Vedas are to be uttered in a very impeccable manner. Not even a single error should be made while chanting Vedas. So there are very few masters who can utter Vedas, and a lot of vigorous and strict training is given to students. And it so happens that Ashtavakra listens to all these Vedic chanting when he is in his mother's womb itself, and he gets the whole knowledge of that Vedic recitation. You see, it needs years of understanding and practice, learning, but this great master, in his fetal stage only, he listens and he understands the recitation, everything. And when his father, Kahoda, was reciting this Vedas, in some error happens, he does some mistake, and from the mother's womb only, Master Ashtavakra corrects his father. He says that this Vedas and scriptures carry very deep meaning, and so it has to be understood, and it has to be deeply understood. Then only it should be uttered, and without any mistake. That's what I understand from the internet. And then his father, Sage Ashtavakra's father, gets angry, and he says to the fetus, he's in the womb itself. Sage Ashtavakra is in his mother's womb itself, and this Kahoda, Ashtavakra's father, curses the child who is in the womb. He curses that you will be born with 8 deformities, and as the curse happens, and as he curses in the same way, Ashtavakra is born with 8 deformities. And after that, Kahoda, as their family was very poor, his family was very poor. He goes to Janaka Maharaja, means King Janaka, king of a country called uh, place called Videha, and he goes there and he tries to ask some help, financially, monetary help, because in those days the masters who were trained in Vedas and all these Brahmagnana, that means that who were uh, meditating, and who were really trying to understand our knowledge, the scriptures and all, those people were called Brahmins, and those Brahmins were revered a lot, and they were being taken care of very well by the rulers, by the the rulers of the kingdoms. So in the same way, for the help, Kahoda goes to the king of Videha, Janaka, and when he had to face some debate with the some master. I don't remember his name now. There's a great learned person in Videha country, and there he had to face some debate. Then the condition was he had to win the debate. If he doesn't win, he will be drowned in the water. And Kahoda, Sage Ashtavakra's father, loses in the gets defeated in the debate, and after that, subsequently, he's been drowned by that learned person, whose name I forgot now. Uh, and after that, when Ashtavakra grows, he becomes a little big boy. That means he's 10 years old, and he comes to know from his mother that his father was uh, drowned in the water, and his father cursed him to have these 8 deformities. He gets to know the whole story. Then up till then he didn't know where his father was, and his mother will not say that his father was drowned, and he's not there with them around. And when he comes to know, he goes to Videha and inquires. He wanted to get an entry into the kingdom, and anybody can't enter the kingdom without the king's permission. When he speaks, when Master Ashtavakra speaks, and they were very impressed by his great abilities, and then they allow him, and he will face the same debate when with the same person. He'll have a debate with that learned person, and then Ashtavakra defeats that person. And when he gets to know that his father was drowned in water, Sage Ashtavakra's father was drowned in water, and he uh, brings back his father. That means he asks Janaka to give the same punishment to that learned person, drowning him in the water. Then he explains why he has done that. And then when he wins the debate, all the Brahmins were relieved from the curse. Many people were drowned in the water. There is some reason. It will take more time, so I'll just end here. So in that way, uh, his father was relieved from the curse, and he comes back, and his father is so very impressed by his son now with this knowledge, wisdom. He could survive again. He comes back to his life again. So he will give an opportunity to him to dip in a river called Samanga, I think. And when he takes the dip in that water, Ashtavakra comes out with all his deformities disappeared. That is the story. And Sage Ashtavakra's great work. He is known to be famous all around the world, and especially in Hindu mythology, because he has brought Ashtavakra Gita. Ashtavakra Gita is a great scripture. It is a dialogue between King Janaka and sage Ashtavakra, and it speaks about Advaita. And there are some verses in it, and each verse speaks about Advaita. Advaita means non-duality, the real essence of our life, of this creation and everything. And each verse is in itself an independent entity, it seems. Each verse in itself carries so much of depth that anybody can understand one verse. If one verse also can make anybody enlightened, and a lot of knowledge is imbibed in that scripture. So such great master is Sage Ashtavakra. So I just wanted to, and sorry for taking a lot of time, but I was very fascinated to tell you. When I heard, I was fascinated, and I just wanted to share this with all of you. With your permission, I want to sing one or two songs so that we'll sit in meditation for some time and do Anapanasati meditation, close our eyes, and just try to be with our tranquil breath. And for that, our body is very, very important. Our body is our best friend, and it's mother to us. That is what Mother Earth says. Our body is our mother. So the best way to gain wisdom from our body is to become connected and be in oneness with our body. Yes, and we will relax our body, close our eyes, interlock our fingers, cross our feet, and do Anapanasati meditation by observing our tranquil breath again and again. Thank you, friends. ఆ ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను మరువను ఆహారంబును మరువను సంసార సుఖము మరువను ఇంద్రియ భోగము మాధవ నీ మాయా ఆ మరువను ఆహారంబును మరువను సంసార సుఖము మరువను ఇంద్రియ భోగము మాధవ నీ మాయా మరచద సుజ్ఞానంబును మరచద తత్వరహస్యము మరచద గురువును దైవము మాధవ నీ మాయా మరచద సుజ్ఞానంబును మరచద తత్వరహస్యము మరచద గురువును దైవము మాధవ నీ మాయా ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం మెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను విడువను పాపము పుణ్యము విడువను నా దుర్గుణములు విడువను మిక్కిలి ఆశలు విష్ణుడ నీ మాయా విడువను పాపము పుణ్యము విడువను నా దుర్గుణములు విడువను మిక్కిలి ఆశలు విష్ణుడ నీ మాయా విడిచెద షట్కర్మంబులు విడిచెద వైరాగ్యంబును విడిచెద నాచారంబును విష్ణుడ నీ మాయా విడిచెద షట్కర్మంబులు విడిచెద వైరాగ్యంబును విడిచెద నాచారంబును విష్ణుడ నీ మాయా ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను తగిలద బహుళం పటములు తగిలద బహుబంధంబుల తగులను మోక్షపు మార్గము తలపున ఎంతైనా ఆ తగిలద బహుళం పటములు తగిలద బహుబంధంబుల తగులను మోక్షపు మార్గము తలపున ఎంతైనా అగపడి శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర అంతర్యామివై నగినగినను నీవేలితి నాకాయి మాయా అగపడి శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర అంతర్యామివై నగినగినను నీవేలితి నాకాయి మాయా ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికడు ఈ చిత్తంబికడు ఎక్కడి మానుష జన్మం బెత్తిన ఫలమేమున్నది నిక్కము నిన్నే నమ్మితిని ఈ చిత్తంబికను ఈ చిత్తంబికను Please continue your meditation, friends. సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం రే రే సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం రే రే సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం రే రే సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం రే రే సర్వం బ్రహ్మమయం किं वचनीयं किमवचनीयं किं रचनीयं किमरचनीयं किं वचनीयं किमवचनीयं किं रचनीयं किमरचनीयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् आ आ किं पठनीयम् किमपठनीयम् किं भजनीयम् किं भजनीयम् किं पठनीयम् किमपठनीयम् किं भजनीयम् किं भजनीयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् किं बोधव्यं किमबोधव्यं किं भोक्तव्यं किमभोक्तव्यं किं बोधव्यं किमबोधव्यं किं भोक्तव्यं किं भोक्तव्यम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वत्र सदा हंस ध्यानौ कर्तव्यो भो मुक्तिनिदानम् सर्वत्र सदा हंस ध्यानौ कर्तव्यो भो मुक्तिनिदानम् सर्वत्र सदा हंस ध्यानम् कर्तव्यो भो मुक्तिनिदानम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् रे सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् ब्रह्ममयम् ब्रह्ममयो Let's be in silence for 1 minute. Dear friends, let us try to come back into our physical awareness. And I request you all to close your eyes. Continue to close your eyes. And listen to the message if possible. If you have come back from meditation. Today's message is from Master Ashthavakra. And this is the 25th message from the book Messages from 40 Masters. All these messages were received by Master C.Aruna in the form of auto writing. And this particular message from Master Ashtavakra was received on 25th July 1994, 9:45 a.m. The message from Master Ashtavakra is as follows. Today, massive destruction somewhere or the other throughout the world is becoming a regular feature. Everything in the world is in its downward trend. The Earth is fast approaching a stage of total extinction of many of its inhabitants. People have become self-oriented in their interests and aspirations and are not bothered if their immediate neighbors or friends are in any worse emotional or economic crisis. Somehow, people seem to have no time even for themselves to evolve spiritually. Everyone is always in a rush, running after money. Everyone is always in a rush, running after money, money, and money. Somehow, money has become a top priority. Each and everyone, whether man or woman, is always running for work with the aim to give more to the family. Poor things, I pity them. They have buried their true self patterns deep under cover of social status and economic elevation. Everywhere, the most deprived souls are the young children and young adults who always are supposed to understand and adjust according to their parents and their parents' time. While we all had the opportunity to adjust ourselves in life only after our puberty and early adulthood, kids now have to be very conscious and aware of their parents. I repeat, while we all had the opportunity to adjust ourselves in life only after our puberty and early adulthood. Kids now have to be very conscious and aware of their parents. So, right from birth itself, the concept of time and running of parents to the office has already become an everyday pattern for them. Parents staying at home is a wonder and most difficult thing for them to understand. What have all our innate natural feelings of playing, cuddling, and being with a child? Where where has all our love for sitting and being with all members gone? What are we all up to when the whole world is being torn apart? Do you all not perceive the immense amount of calamity occurring everywhere? What are you waiting for? Why have you been born in this world? Is it to run around like this? Is anyone happy? Are you happy with yourself? Has anyone confided to you saying he or she is happy? No, none, I can bet, is happy. You all are not happy because you have left your true basic nature for the society, for the stupid people around, and for the stupid standards you have imposed upon yourself. Well, I have a small but wonder creating master plan for you all. I repeat, well, I have a small but wonder creating master plan for you all. But I just want one assurance from you, and that is please do not start and stop the plan once you begin it. It just takes 5 minutes a day. I repeat, it just takes 5 minutes a day. And if you want to increase the duration of the plan, it just shows and proves your progress. Have you ever noticed that you all have an inner feeling? Number one, just observe your inner feelings, how you react to each situation and circumstance. I repeat, number one, just observe your inner feelings, how you react to each situation and circumstance. Number two, observe people and their emotions. Do you observe any difference between their emotions and yours? Check and see why you feel different if you feel so. I repeat, the second point, observe people and their emotions. Do you observe any difference between their emotions and yours? Check and see why you feel different if you feel so. Number three, children are our wonderful gifts. I repeat, children are our wonderful gifts. Do not feel proud that you brought them into the world. Understand that they and only they have chosen to be your children. They are far more advanced than you are. Ask them any spiritual questions like, tell me, child, what do you think of the life of animals and plants? Please be very patient and try to extract knowledge from their inner source by telling them that they know more than you know. I repeat this. Please be very patient and try to extract knowledge from their inner source by telling them that they know more than you know. First, learn to spend some time with your child while playing or watching TV. Please do this when she or he is seriously watching. Let them play or show on TV be over. Let them play or show on TV be over. Ask the child his or her, sorry, ask the child his or her opinion and be clear without any criticism aimed at the child while asking. I repeat, ask the child his or her opinion and be clear without any criticism aimed at the child while asking. Let the child see and enjoy all the drama of life, right from birth, growth, gradual physical change to a life of companionship, both physical and mental, to death. I repeat, let the child see and enjoy all the drama of life, right from birth, growth, gradual physical change, to a life of companionship, both physical and mental, to death. And please make your child love herself or himself the way they are born. Inculcate confidence by pouring in all your love, patience, and time for them. Inculcate confidence by pouring in all your love, patience, and time for them. Do not criticize and rebuke their present failures and obstacles. Let the child share and feel in such situations that you are his or her soulmate who can give him or her anything despite all his or her faults. Become a child in his or her situation and talk like you are one of them. You are born as a parent not to hold a stick and hit, but to mold and liquefy your child for their best tomorrow. Today, if your child is lagging in school, is often under emotional strain, is bedwetting, quiet and reserved, and not playing, it is all because of your indifference towards them. I repeat, today, if your child is lagging in school, is often under emotional strain, is bedwetting, quiet and reserved, and not playing, it is all because of your indifference towards them. Instead of watching TV for hours together, just sit for 1 full hour any time in the day and be one with them. I repeat, instead of watching TV for hours together, just sit for 1 full hour any time in the day and be one with them. I remind you and tell you all that the child monitors your level and behaves. The more, I repeat, I remind you and tell you all that the child monitors your level and behaves. The more you pour in, the more benefit you will see in him or her. This is the case of any child, whether he or she is 50 or 5. Love of parents is a universal gift. Today, if you neglect them, tomorrow or the next minute, a calamity may occur and you may die. At that time, you will immediately think of your children and the amount of time and love deprived of them. I repeat, at that time, you will immediately think of your children and the amount of time and love deprived of them. At that juncture, who will understand you or your feelings? No one. I will stop this message here and we'll continue the other part in the next session because it is a very lengthy one and we have a great responsibility to understand each and every point, each and every subtle thing mentioned and shared so magnanimously by Master Ashtavakra. I really thank him for whatever um, uh, love and uh, kindness he has showered upon us. Yes, I request all of you to please come back if possible. Yeah, thank you so much. This was yet another very powerful message by yet another great master sage Ashtavakra. And though in his story, when I read about his story, though his father cursed him to have a life with the 8 physical deformities, even then he was so magnanimous and so enlightened in that small age of 10 years that he brought back his father to life and see physical deformities or any kind of deformity and doesn't matter at all when a person is enlightened, when a person is self-realized and in that period also, when in his lifetime also he has done lot of work, lot of service to the universe, and now also he's giving such a great message. He's speaking simple words. It sounds to be very very simple, but yet very very crucial. 1 minute, please. So he's all the while he was insisting upon the upbringing of the children, as how we should just become a facilitator, how we should not interfere in the growth of the child, mental, physical and spiritual growth, and how we should be a friend as a parent, as an elder, how we should nourish them with love and care and respect. He was speaking how much respect we should have, and he was speaking about self love, how to inculcate self love in a child, and how does the self love come. For me, I think when we receive that respect, when we say, for me, in my own experience, I feel that a child looks into the eyes of the parent, and then he understands about himself first, because he can't get the opportunity of seeing the outer world. First and foremost, he will get the opportunity to see his parents, and always a child, though he's very very small also, he sees into the eyes of the parent, how the parent is feeling about the child, and children are really enlightened, as sage Ashthavakra says. In my own experience, my child has many many challenges, mental and physical, and when I was in, he can't see also, he can't see anybody's face. He has severe visual impairment. Even then, he has mentally also he has severe challenge. He can't understand the norms of the society and whatever is going around. He can understand, but he, I feel that he's a great master. He can sense energies. He can understand whether anybody is low in the house. Then he charges up, and he takes that pain also, and he connects with them. Everything we understood in all these years. He's now 20 years old, and when I was in severe depression, I didn't have meditation or any spiritual support in a physical form. Spiritual support is always there, but to understand that there should be some physical medium. So when I was in severe depression, and I couldn't express my whatever is happening to me. I used to have panic attacks. My son was literally not opening his eyes. In all that bubbling nature of my child, and his divine smile, everything vanished. He was able to receive, understand the pain which I am undergoing. And when I came back onto this path, a spiritual path, and realized that there is something very very uh, beautiful, and in every situation, with the help of meditation, we can be happy. Though the situation is very very tough, apparently it is being seen as very tough, but when we get good support, as Patriji says, Sajjana Sangatyam, that means friendship with like-minded people who can really understand your emotions and feelings, and give a helping hand to you by telling about meditation, how to focus upon breath, and how to come back to the peaceful state. Everything happened, and the thing is, when I started telling this wisdom which I got, the basic things only I understood. I know nothing about the great wisdom, but whatever I understood, I used to tell, because many people came to my our house. I won't call it my house, because i- this is our house, and that's what understanding we get when we come to this real spiritual path. So when everybody was coming, everybody was meditating, and when I was happy, and he was filled up with joy, and everybody used to connect with him, and they didn't see the deformities or abnormalities in him, but they used to connect with his divinity, and he used to connect with them equally, and there was a great and beautiful friendship. So what I wanted to say, what I want to express is, though he, in according to the physical norms, he's not that so-called normal or regular, but when he has so much of emotion, so much of understanding, and why can't all the other children have? They are really enlightened, but we make them forget about their enlightenment with our behavior. So Master Ashtavakra is urging us to just not interfere in their life, so that they remain to be enlightened, and they become even more and more enlightened when they are connected to that natural phenomena of growing emotionally, physically, and spiritually, at all levels. We have to just be a friend and really respect them. They can really understand whether we are respecting them or not, because my child, though he can't see me, though he can't understand with that physical mind, he understands that we respect him a lot, and he shows that pride. He knows that he is very much valued in this house, and so then why can't other children understand that they are very much valued? So that value is not by words. Yeah, words are important, but our emotions, our heart, when we compare our child with the other child in the neighboring house, in our mind also, in our feelings also, though we don't utter those words in front of him, the child is very able, very enlightened to understand your inner chatter also. He catches, or she catches, the vibrations. So we have to accept him or her as it is, because they have chosen us. They're so kind and so generous that they have chosen us, and we have to be grateful, because they have chosen us. They have, those great masters have come to teach us something. Definitely they have come to us to teach and make us realize, though you might not read big scriptures, big epics, but sacred books, but if you be with your child, just try to connect with him or her. He teaches everything, she teaches everything. So that's what Master Ashtavakra wants to say, that be connected and become one with them, and accept as they are. We shouldn't judge physically, mentally, or emotionally. In any way, we shouldn't judge them. We shouldn't criticize them. Inside our mind, mental chatter also, even with our feelings also. So every flower is unique. In the same way, every child is unique, and they have some purpose to come onto this earth. Let them fulfill their purpose, because when we interfere, they can't fulfill their purpose, and who are we to interfere in a soul's journey? That's what Patriji always tried to teach us, and I am also still learning. Thank you so much. I just want, I request you all to also share your feelings, and share your connection with this message, the great master. and we can show our gratitude by expressing our feelings. Thank you so much. Yeah, Nilma, hi, welcome.
Yes. Hi, Andy. So, I mean, I would like to start today, like from the beginning of how, without having, I mean, like having known less about Ashtavakra, still how you are doing research and knowing about, the transformational journey of where they are coming from and how they are becoming the rishis and, like all the great things of how you do the research and expressing to us and sharing the wisdom to us. It's such a great thing. Thank you so much, first of all, for doing so much of homework before coming and saying here. And today you started with your divine song, like, Ekkari Manish, that song,
Manusha,
sorry, yeah. And
Manusha Janmam.
it's, yeah, Manushi Janmam. And it was such a lovely, lovely voice you have, Andy. Like it's always the divine thing to meditate with you while you sing. And
Thank you.
coming to today's Ashtavakra message, what you said is totally like you have summarized everything. Right from the beginning, you mentioned this, like we have to evolve spiritually. And these days, like both the parents are trying to work and having less time and making money as a top priority. For sure, money is having a top priority as well. Like it's a great energy that one has to understand in the form that money is having its importance when it is being circulated, when it is not stagnant.
Yes.
And that's where we should also know. And how parents have to give the time, the time to listen, time to spend, like how we have to spend time together, the cuddling, all those images will be formed during the childhood. And that is the most important age children carry forward once they become adults. Like their thinking patterns, everything starts at that, like the young age. And yes, like though you have mentioned these 4 points today, the message, like how we have to observe the inner feelings. And the second one I really liked is that observe people and emotions and observe, is is there any difference? So while you were speaking, I was just keenly listening, and then I feel like, your emotion is not different to mine. So we are all connected. Once we start to listen deeply, then we are all connected. So there's no longer difference even in that. And yes, the third one, you started to mention about the children. And of course, for sure, like there's lot always about the children, because the beautiful point you mentioned is that, we like most of the parents will be thinking like proud that they have brought children to the world, but how the children have chosen them. And how the children have their immense knowledge, like, or like you greatly mentioned also this point that we have to keep asking them spiritual questions, and we have to patiently try to extract the knowledge from their inner source. And yeah, it's such a great session. Thank you so much, Anne. And it's I'm very curious even to listen for the next thing as well, because there's lot to
Yes.
learn. And thank you so much for coming up and sharing.
Thank you, Nilma.
Yes.
It's a lengthy one, so I thought we should slowly
Yeah.
understand. Wonderful sharing, Nilma. I really connect to each and every word of yours. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks so much.
you.
And yeah, when we deeply listen, we can really understand that the person in front of us, and ourselves are no different. We are not different. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sharda Garu.
I will read Auntie Ashthavakra message. Thank you,
Yes.
everything. Pavani gar, great introduction and divine music. Judge ye not, said by Jesus Christ. So we should not judge our children too. And thanks a lot, Pavani gar, and thank you all.
Super. I think someone else also chatted.
Um,
Yeah, thank you, Sri Kalagaru. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you, Sabita Garu. Thank you. Okay. Shall we end the session?
yes, Andy. Once again, thanks a lot. Thank you so much for the lovely session. There's lot of points which has been described. It's not only about the children, but we spoke about the money here and how we have to observe our inner feelings and how we have to deeply listen and observe the people and emotions, and followed with the children. And yes, so much of interesting points always. Thank you so much, Andy, for coming and sharing this. And
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, we shall
thank you.
continue the other part in the coming session.
Yes,
Yeah.
surely. And thank you all, my dear friends, for joining for today's session. And so thank you once again. And we'll be all meeting for the tomorrow's morning meditation session. Thank you all. Have a lovely time. Namaste.
Thank you.